Welcome back. Today I want to tell you a story that begins with broken dreams, silent tears, and moments when hope felt completely out of reach. It's the story of a girl who once believed her dreams were dead, who thought success was something she would only watch from a distance. But this is also the story of how she transformed pain into power and failure into unstoppable success. There was a time when her dreams were clear and bright. She imagined a future where she would do something meaningful, something that mattered. As a child, she believed that if you worked hard and stayed honest, life would reward you. But reality had other plans. One by one, the things she hoped for began to fall apart. Opportunities slipped away, plans failed, promises were broken, and slowly, her dreams started to feel less like goals and more like reminders of everything she was losing. People around her didn't help. Some told her she was aiming too high. Others said she wasn't strong enough to survive in a competitive world. Every setback was followed by advice to be realistic, or lower your expectations. At first, she tried to stay positive. She told herself that setbacks were temporary. But when failure repeats itself, optimism becomes harder to hold on to. Each disappointment left a crack, and soon her confidence felt completely shattered. There were nights when she lay awake, staring at the ceiling, replaying every mistake she had made. She questioned her choices, her abilities, even her worth. She wondered if she was chasing dreams that were never meant for her. Watching others succeed while she struggled felt like salt on an open wound. She smiled in front of people, pretending she was fine, but inside she felt lost, embarrassed, and exhausted. Eventually, she reached a point where she stopped dreaming altogether. It hurt too much. Dreaming reminded her of what she couldn't achieve. So she focused on survival instead of growth. She did what was necessary, not what inspired her. Life became routine, dull, and heavy. She told herself this was adulthood, that dreams were childish, and that acceptance was maturity. But deep inside, something still felt wrong. A quiet emptiness followed her everywhere. Then came the moment that changed everything. It wasn't dramatic or loud. No applause, no instant breakthrough. It was a simple realization during one of her lowest moments. She understood that her dreams weren't broken because she wasn't capable. They were broken because the path she imagined was never the only path available. She realized that failure hadn't destroyed her, it had been shaping her. And for the first time in a long while, she asked herself a powerful question: what if this isn't the end, but the beginning? That question planted a seed. Slowly, she began to rebuild, not her old dreams, but herself. She stopped comparing her journey to others. She accepted that her timeline was different, and that was okay. Instead of focusing on what she had lost, she focused on what she could learn. Every failure became a lesson. Every rejection became feedback. She stopped seeing obstacles as signs to quit and started seeing them as tests of commitment. The process was painful. Growth always is. There were days when doubt returned stronger than ever. Days when progress felt invisible. Days when quitting still seemed easier than continuing. But she had changed one important thing: she no longer saw quitting as an option. Even when she moved slowly, she kept moving. Even when she was scared, she took the next step. Discipline replaced motivation. Consistency replaced excitement. She began working quietly, without seeking approval. She learned new skills. She improved herself one small step at a time. While others judged her based on her past failures, she focused on building a future they couldn't yet see. The same people who once doubted her were no longer her audience. Her only competition was the person she used to be. Over time, small victories appeared. Nothing that would impress the world, but enough to remind her that she was capable. Each win rebuilt a piece of her confidence. She started believing again, not blindly, but realistically. She understood that success wasn't about never failing, but about refusing to stay down. With every challenge she overcame, her resilience grew stronger. Eventually, her efforts began to show results that others could see. Doors that were once closed started to open. People who ignored her before began to notice her determination. Opportunities came, not because she was lucky, but because she was ready. She had earned the strength to handle them. What once felt impossible now felt earned. The most powerful change, however, wasn't external. It was internal. She no longer feared failure. She had already survived it. She no longer needed validation. She had built self-trust. Success didn't make her unstoppable. Her mindset did. She learned that broken dreams don't mean broken potential. Sometimes, they clear the way for something even better. When people asked her how she did it, she didn't talk about talent or shortcuts. She talked about patience. She talked about persistence during invisible progress. She talked about continuing when motivation was gone. Her story wasn't about overnight success. It was about daily commitment when no one was watching. Looking back, she was grateful for the broken dreams. They forced her to grow in ways comfort never could. They taught her humility, strength, and empathy. They made her unstoppable, not because life became easier, but because she became stronger than her circumstances. Today, she stands proud, not because she never failed, but because she never gave up. Her journey proves that success isn't the absence of struggle, but the mastery of it. She turned pain into purpose and disappointment into determination. From broken dreams, she built unstoppable success. If you're watching this and feeling like your dreams are falling apart, remember her story. Remember that endings can be beginnings in disguise. You are not behind. You are not incapable. You are not finished. Sometimes, the path to success starts with everything falling apart, so you can rebuild something stronger, wiser, and truly unstoppable.